Hello there guys, Jared Griffiths here, and today is my 18th birthday, yay! So today I've just been to see Johnny English Strikes Again, the third film in the comedy series starring Rowan Atkinson, and the movie came out 2 days before my birthday, and Johnny English Reborn actually came out on my birthday back in 2011. It was my 11th birthday. So this movie stars Rowan Atkinson, Ben Miller, Olga Kurylenko, Jake Lacy. His character's name begins with J as well. It's Jason, so that's why I got confused. And this movie is about like how this hacker named Jason Volta, played by Jake Lacy, like hacked into the British intelligence thing and basically revealed the names of all the identities of all the British secret agents, and basically so they have to get an old retired agent back to solve the case, and so you get Johnny English, played by Rowan Atkinson, who is now, since we last saw him, he's now a teacher at school, so he goes back to save the day, to stop this hacker, and we get Bough from the first film as well, and he wasn't in the second film, and in fact Johnny English himself is the only character who's in all three films, so basically it's about trying to stop Jason Volta, and also like try and get the Prime Minister, played by Thompson, to know that he's a bad guy, because she won't believe that he's evil, and she's trying to work with him, much like how in the first one, like Pegasus wouldn't believe that Pascal Sauvage was a villain. So I really like the first two Johnny English films. I think Rowan Atkinson's a comedy legend, really. He's a comedy genius, and Johnny English Reborn I think is probably still my favourite one, but this one, the new one, I still really enjoyed. But I think I might have to watch it a few more times to know if I like it better than Reborn, but so far Reborn's still my favourite. And the title Johnny English Strikes Again, it reminds me of the Pink Panther Strikes Again, and it wouldn't surprise me if Rowan Atkinson got the idea from the title for that, because he also did a film called Mr. Bean's Holiday, which is a reference to Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, and I think there's a similarity between Johnny English and Inspector Clouseau, that they're clumsy, and they always take themselves so seriously, and they never admit that that they make mistakes. But I think the main difference between like Johnny English and Inspector Clouseau is that Inspector Clouseau is an absolute idiot, and I think Johnny English is a lot smarter than that, and he does save the day at the end. In the Pink Panther films, he never really solves the case. It's kind of funny, but Johnny English, he is clumsy. He does make all that mistakes, but he's kind of a bad agent, but he's also a really good agent at the same time. And I really like seeing Bough again. He was really good, and there's the whole idea of like Rowan Atkinson as Johnny English, because he's older, going for like more old school technology, and kind of beats the bad guy, because the bad guy Jason Volta is like all about modern technology and stuff, and I understand like the Prime Minister not trusting Johnny, even though he did turn out to be right at the end, and I understand her getting mad at him, and I think the Prime Minister in this movie is definitely a much better female Prime Minister than Margaret Thatcher and Theresa May, you know. But yeah, and the comedy in this is just hilarious. I mean, there's the VR scene, you know, that is so funny. He goes around with the VR thing on his head, and he thinks that he's just staying in the one bit, but he's actually going out and stuff. Like, that was just so funny. And I love like he sets the restaurant on fire, you know. And I like the, I guess, English girl of this, even though she's French. She's Olga Kurylenko. She's kind of a bad guy at the beginning, but then she like becomes good and helps, you know, Johnny English. You know, she worked for Jason Volta at the beginning, yeah, and then helped Johnny. And yeah, this is really a good movie. And you know, personally, you know, I think this should probably be the final film in the Johnny English trilogy. You know, I mean, I do really like all three films, but I think, you know, that it feels like it should be a trilogy. And yeah, I think Rowan Atkinson's very good at comedy, considering his age. You know, in this film he never feels like he's too old to be playing this character, you know. But I feel like they probably should make this the last one, because and so far each sequel there's been a big gap between each of them. First one was 2003, second one was 2011, this one's 2018. So if they wait another big gap, you know, Rowan Atkinson's going to be much older, and I don't know if he'd still be able to play the Johnny English character, you know, in that when he's much older. But yeah, his age in this one, he's still very good. So Johnny English Reborn, would highly recommend to go and see it. And yeah, it was a very good birthday treat to go and see it. And bye.